All right, hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be playing with mask and we'll be doing an image similar to what we have here. So we're going to go ahead and make a new file here. We're going to go File, we're going to go to New. I want you to make an 8 by 10 file. Make sure you're in inches. You want this to be tall, portrait mode, and go ahead and call this Masks Your Name. Spell name. And then go ahead and create that with 300 dpi. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get our paint bucket tool, which is underneath of your gradient tool. I'm just going to get a straight red. I'm going to pour that in there. Okay, then I'm going to get the opposite color. I'm going to get my type tool, and I'm using a typography impact regular. And I want it to be this green color, this acid green. So I'm going to click in here, and I am going to type back. Okay, we get my move tool by hitting V on the keyboard or grabbing the move tool. I'm going to make it about that big. It's right about there. I'll go ahead and commit that. Now I'm going to get with my move tool still thing. I'm going to select these align buttons up here. I'm going to click this, make sure I'm set to align to canvas, which is the actual field here, the red field. And I'm going to select this middle one right here to align it perfectly centered. Okay. After I get that, I'm going to hold down my Option key and I'm going to duplicate it so I have it like that. I can use the pink lines to see that they're perfectly lined up, or I can also go up here and align this one again. Okay. Now I have 3 layers. I have a background layer and 2 type layers, both that say back on it. Okay. I'm going to collapse all those by holding down my Shift key, selecting all 3 of them, and going up to Layer and merging the layers, or using Command E as the quick key. So Command E is going to put those all in there. I'm going to hit Command S, save my progress. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make a new layer. I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to do the exact opposite, but I'm going to use the word front. I'm going to get my paint bucket tool again. I'm going to use that green, fill that on that new layer. I'm going to get my type tool. I'm going to use the same typography. This time I'm going to change to a straight red. Okay. And I'm going to type front. Get my move tool. I'm going to size that out approximately the same size as the other one. Position approximately the same. Hit my move tool. I'm going to align that perfectly center. Hold down Option, drag out a second one so that I have 2 on there. And I'm going to repeat the process of merging that by selecting all 3, holding down Shift, hitting Command E to get those right there. Hello? I do? Yes, I will. Bye-bye. Lucas, they need you in the 300 office. All right, so continuing with there, boys and girls. Now I have these 2 layers, okay? Now we are going to make a layer mask on the top layer. Now the thing about layer mask, we're talking about 3 things. One, it's invisible. So I hit this little white square down here, and when I hold over it says add vector mask, add the layer mask, okay? It adds this invisible white square here. You see that I can select either the layer or the layer mask. With that, I can select back and forth, okay? Now first I'm going to select the layer, and I'm going to get a brush, okay? So I'm going to get a brush and I'm going to hit D on my keyboard to get my default colors. So I've got black and I got a big black brush here. My opacity and my flow is turned all the way up so I don't have any problems. And I'm just going to paint. Okay. Now when I do that, it does what you would think when I grab a black brush and grab back paint on it. It's going to paint a black line. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. Now I'm going to click on the layer mask and I'm going to do the same thing and paint with black on the layer mask. Okay, now this time it painted red, or appears to. Now what actually happened, you'll see on my layer mask over here, it painted black on here, but I don't see it. It's invisible. But what it did, it hid the layer that's on front. It hid this part, okay? As in if I go and I scrub over top of the word front, I'm going to reveal what's behind there, which is the word back. Okay, so 2 things right here that we've learned so far. So a layer mask is invisible. Okay, that's 1. And 2, it reacts to black and white. So when I paint black on there, it reveals things. So if I switch and hit my X key to switch my front and background color here, it's going to now switch. And when I paint I'm painting with white now. It now is going to restore or reveal what is on that layer mask. And I can put that all the way back. So, making it non-destructive. Because it's non-destructive, I can add or I can reveal using black or white. And I see I'm not actually destroying anything on my layer. Okay. So again, layer masks are invisible. I don't see them. 2, they only react to black and white. 3, they're non-destructive. Okay. That ends our lesson today. So go ahead and make sure that you have that information.